Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 54, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on the Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. So show us some love, give us a follow, give us a like, comment, what have you on any of our podcast services to not miss an episode, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to check out the latest gaming content from all over sorts of the world. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today are my group of co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I haven't gotten much sleep as I stayed up all night, but that's my fault. But yeah, had a good week. Was getting over a little bit of a cold, and so we kind of we rallied. We finished The Last of Us 2. I'm excited. I'm shocked. Someone beat me to the end of the game out of the three of us, and it wasn't Smitty. So good job. Good job, Davis. Here's a Red Bull. I drank most of it, but you can have it.
Oh, nah, you can keep it. I don't drink Red Bulls. Well, that's fine. But yeah. But it was definitely a trek though. But it was definitely, it was a journey. But I'm glad both of us did it. And I know Smitty's coming here in the soon, coming to meet us up at the finish line here soon, so that'll be cool. Which by the way, we're probably going to be doing our spoiler cast of the CFG Gamecast next weekend. It's going to be so you'll look at podcast services on for that. We're not going to do a live episode on that, so definitely check us out for it. But that's cool. I'm glad you had a good week this week. I know last week was kind of hard, but good for you. I'm glad it sprung back up for you. All right, and also on the third seat, we got the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty on the third seat. What's going on, buddy?
Hello, my friend. It has been quite an eventful week. We actually had the honor of interviewing legendary voice actor Nolan North on LAN parties. That was a ton of fun having him on, just getting to sit down and jibber jab with him for like an hour and 15 minutes. No interruptions, just us, it was like we've always been friends. It was a lot of fun. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. Getting my Destiny 2 grind on, obviously playing The Last of Us 2 as well. I didn't get as much time in that I would have liked. I missed a day where I was just being lazy, and I was just too tired to even try to play games. And I just went to bed. So I missed a whole night, whereas I've been pretty consistently playing it at nights and whatnot, but I'm enjoying it. That's been a lot of fun. I'm excited to finish up. I should be able to finish up here by tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. And I'm ready to get into talking about some of these topics and whatnot. A lot of news and a lot of action went down this week. CFG, how was your week?
Oh man, so this was my second week off, completely off, because I had wrist surgery a week and a half ago. So then I was taking it easy for the past good 2 weeks. I've been streaming like a fiend though the past 2 weeks though. Like this week I was just going hardcore on Last of Us Part 2. I think I was doing literally 8-hour sessions of streaming for Last of Us Part 2, and yeah, and it was definitely. It was definitely a trek, but no, I definitely had some time now. Got to go back to work next week, and hopefully getting back into the normal, gist of things. So yeah, so it was pretty good. It was good. It was fun. It was so definitely worth it. So before we go any further, let me check something out before we do it. I'm gonna move the server real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was crazy too. So I've decided on Mishmash streaming next week, and I'm gonna start Detroit Become Human over there and start playing that, and I'm gonna try to beat that because I figure I could finish The Last of Us 2 this week. I'm almost
okay.
So I finish those two up, and then I'm gonna start on Detroit Become Human, and then I also have Spider-Man that I'll start working into the mix as well.
Oh man, you already have a business. You already have a whole lot of stuff you're having to deal with. That's funny, but
I know, dude.
That's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, let's stop. Let's go and do the normal rigmarole like we normally like to do. So each of us picks a new topic of discussion within the video games from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry, and we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want the viewers or the listeners that's listening to the chat on Twitch to be a part of the conversation. So if you have something to say, definitely put it inside the chat. We'll definitely pick it out, and then we'll talk with all of y'all with it too. So that's awesome. So let's get down to it. So I will start this time. So this was the first. Yeah. So it's been a bit on my side. So this one I wanted to talk about because this just felt like this came out of nowhere. Mixer is shutting down its doors at the end of July. Officially, this literally was news to everyone that was a part of the chat. There was only two people that knew about this was coming, and that was Ninja and Shroud. So like everyone else was basically was caught completely off guard. So basically what's happening is that Mixer is not pushing their operation functions through Microsoft anymore. Instead, what they're going to be doing is that they're going to be going through they're going to migrate most of the people that were on Mixer to Facebook Gaming, and Facebook Gaming is definitely pushed did a buyout of their with their technology. So now there's going to be people who are partnered with Mixer now has the option to either move directly to Facebook Gaming with the same kind of rights, being a partner for Facebook, or going back to Twitch. And I don't know if Twitch is going to also acknowledge that their partnership as well, but I believe they are. They're pretty simple. They're going to acknowledge it. They are acknowledging some immediately, but the big one is some of the big people that were that moved to Mixer, like I said earlier, Ninja and Shroud just got when I heard the news that Mixer was shutting down, I just thought immediately, oh God, Ninja, he must have gotten an insane payday for a short amount of work because it hasn't even been $3 million. Yeah, it hasn't even been a year for that contract at all, and then he opted out to not go over to Facebook Gaming, so Mixer had to pay him the full contract at $30 million. Facebook offered him $60 million and he said no. So I
don't blame him.
Yeah, and I don't blame him either. So I was like, geez, man, this is insane. So so I just wanted to give you personally, my thoughts on this is I'm kind of sad to see it go, even though I did not use Mixer. I did use Mixer maybe once or twice in its time, but I am sad to see it go because this is another piece of of competition that is going away from Twitch. And the problem is, without competition, the consumer is not going to be getting the best out of everything that the platform could possibly get, because there's no one that's pushing them to reach that limit. In that defense, in the counter argument, Mixer's growth wasn't as big as what they were wanting it to be, and they were a distant third place, because technically the number 2 of that spot was Facebook Gaming, which is interesting. But still, it's but Mixer's platform, Mixer's technology was way better than Twitch's was, and I think that it's sad to see it. It's sad to see it go. So I just wanted to see what y'all's takes were on this as well.
I've never watched a Mixer stream. I don't even think I've set foot on the platform, to be quite honest with you. Here's my thing. The reason that I liked that Mixer was there, because then it makes Twitch not a monopoly, and that's only good for the streamer in the long run. Because if there is a competition force from another competitor, essentially, then they feel that they have to match that or do better, right? So it's a win-win for the people using both platforms. Again, I'm kind of sad to see it go, because it only bettered things on Twitch for us in the long run, as far as how things were run and how things were done, which was great. But Facebook gaming, I guess.
I mean,
because YouTube has a gaming platform, right? But is it pre-recorded? Is it live? That's what I'm confused about.
YouTube gaming is live.
Is live. See, I've never even stumbled across it.
Yeah, YouTube.
Never even stumbled across it.
I watched like Gale Level. I've watched some of his live streams over there. That's really the only person I've ever watched live streaming on YouTube gaming. I'm very much the same as you guys as far as like I had watched some people just because I was like, I'm gonna make a private profile over there just in case. I always feel like there's no reason to just stream on one platform. You know what I mean? And it was like. It was weird, and here's the thing. Here's one of the biggest things. Twitch is so ingrained in everybody as far as live streaming. You are almost automatically going to compare your experience on other live streams to Twitch, which is what we're used to, what feels comfortable and whatnot. So it was a little hard for me to get into it, although I know a lot of people, and I've had friends that have had a lot of great success over on Mixer. The big thing though about this that or some of the big things, I think, number one, you're right, that we lose a competitor to losing Mixer. However, their numbers, and I had talked about this earlier in the year, just how bad their numbers are. I mean, the Facebook gaming was bigger. I think they were the number 4th slot. I thought.
Oh, you're right. Because you're right. YouTube was number. That was 3 and 4.
As far as growth. Yeah. So like the numbers already showed that it wasn't good, and I didn't think they were going to come out and do something like this. And I kind of felt like it was kind of scummy because they didn't really reach out to their community members as far as with the shutdown and whatnot. But yeah, Shroud, Ninja, they're making out like bandits. Less than a year's worth of work. 30 million, I think, is what he was getting paid, right? And then 10 million for Shroud.
For 10, yeah.
Now they've become free agents. They get all that money, and they're going to get an even bigger contract now. I think the next question is, do they go back to Twitch, or do they look at YouTube gaming? Again, YouTube gaming, I feel like it's been kind of under the radar. But I know you make that face, but look at the move that Overwatch League did. They went from being on Twitch to going over to YouTube gaming, and it didn't make sense. But I think there's a bigger plan in play as far as with YouTube gaming, and I think that will be your bigger competitor as far as something that's similar to Twitch. I've gone on Facebook gaming. It's weird. Your real name's there, like, you know what I mean, which is kind of good. I kind of actually like that a little bit, just because people can't go spouting off and being idiots because you are directly linked to your profile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
but
that kind of
brings
a sense of security, though.
Yeah, I mean, but like the one thing I have with it is that like I mean, you're right. Overwatch League did move over to Twitch, or moved over to YouTube, but because YouTube just gave it hands over fist over money. But I guarantee you that the viewing quality cannot be higher than what Twitch's was when it was. Yeah. Like I guarantee you that. Like just like how, but just how
didn't have the drop system in place over on YouTube gaming like they did. That's something that I think is now in there with Overwatch League, but they didn't have it out the gate, which I think was a deterrent for people to go and watch it, because that was an incentive to at least have the stream up, because you get these Overwatch League tokens as you watch it live. So
yeah, but that's a game, though. I mean, that's a big impact. Yes, that's true, but like. But it's just, but like even with drops and stuff like that, like the numbers that I remember seeing with Overwatch League and all that, when leagues was basically on Twitch, was astronomical. These things were huge. MLG, before MLG moved over to Facebook gaming, was like people cared about what they had, but like when they moved over to Facebook gaming, they have abysmal numbers because of like because of the reach. So it's hard to say. Like, I mean, those are the things that you're wanting to do to kind of increase the competition between one another, but at the same time that, like, I don't know, like it's like I would have to have a reason to pull me in. Like Facebook gaming, even though Facebook gaming is fairly new, it's hard to kind of like, it's not, I don't think it's very user friendly per se. Like, it's not. Yeah, it's not like it's not like a normal, like just say an average person who just averagely just say, hey, look, so and so is streaming on right now. It's like it doesn't lead you directly to it. You kind of have to know how to navigate yourself to it. And then not only that, people don't like Facebook. Normal people don't like Facebook themselves, so like
Right.
that kind of has those kind of issues with it. Yeah, those connotations towards it. So like I think that like when something like this was switched over, and then how Mixer just said, okay, we're going to go to Facebook game, removing all the stuff to Facebook gaming. There, like, it just seems like it was very disingenuous to the community that was built on Mixer themselves, like, because people may not want to go back to Twitch, or people didn't have the good luck with Twitch, and then now since Twitch is maybe 3 times the size bigger when they left, and when with Mixer, it's going to be probably an even crazier uphill battle to for some of these creators and stuff. So like I feel for those people, and then that's what's sad to see with with all of this. But like I was saying before, Citizen B's like hence never watched Mixer before. Mixer had a great platform. Like the best thing that Mixer did that Twitch didn't do was lightning fast reaction time. So like when you did your chat, it was instant. It was like right there. Like so you didn't have there was no delay, and the connections were constant. They were constantly heavy, and they were strong. They were really, really good. So I don't know, like it like if Facebook uses that, integrates that with this, then I'd be like, okay, cool. But like it is, it's very, very unfortunate to see that some of these people losing their communities like that. But oh man, I don't know.
And I think you're right about that, because them gaining the back end stuff from Mixer, this is Facebook's opportunity to take that technology and create a better user experience if they're trying to really make Facebook gaming a thing. Good but shit. I mean, this is probably the saddest part, is these people that have built communities, that have been a part of this, that said, we got your guys back too, and have been here, just got dropped. You know what I mean? Like in their futures, there's plenty of people that are, you're talking about your full-time job, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, the platform that you utilize says, look, we are done in a month. You can go to Facebook gaming or whatever. And like, it almost feels like everything that you've built up, you know what I mean? Just how could you do that to these people? Yeah.
It just felt terrible. Like the decision just felt like it was like abrupt. And something like this isn't something that like, This isn't like a weekend thing. This isn't like you go out for drinks and you're like, you know what? I think I'm done with Mixer, and then shut it down. People had to have known stuff like this was going to be coming, in the woodworks for a long time, because it's not like they just gave this stuff away. They must have gotten a good amount of money, and especially if they were talking to Facebook about it. Mm-hmm. I just think that like I just don't understand, like, how can they just do it like that to these people? But I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it. I mean, so this is just this was incredible. Like the way they just said, okay, we're 86ing this is like, it's hard. It's disheartening, man. But it
really is.
Yeah. So like,
I can't imagine.
Especially what are people going to do when people who are permabanned can't go on Mixer anymore to go do, or threaten to go on Mixer and stuff. What about the people that also had the chance that turned down those contracts? Can you imagine that too?
I know. Damn, free money. Like, come on now, for less than a year's worth of work.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, they are sitting like big dogs.
Yeah,
and who knows what kind of contracts they're gonna get. I'm curious to see what their next moves are gonna be. Do they go back to Mixer or not Mixer? Sorry, clearly do not go back to Mixer. Do they go back to Twitch, or do they try their hand at YouTube gaming? I guess it's whatever, whoever offers them the most lucrative contract is and that's probably how things are gonna play out. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Well, I mean, Ninja can basically for these people. Yeah, Ninja can basically just say, "I'm done." I don't know. It doesn't have to do anything at that point. Now, at this point,
that's true.
Yeah, but like, or even Shroud. I mean, 10 million is pretty crazy for it, and that's like a little bit of all of that stuff. So
that's live the rest of your life comfortably, money.
Mm-hmm, that is very much so.
Okay,
because like
you don't never have to worry about it again.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that's just that's so crazy that this is happening. That happened, but like at the same time, they got out like bandits. They won the lottery essentially. They didn't do. They did 10 months of work and then they got it in. And I'm not saying they didn't do a lot of work. They just, I mean, like the output of doing what you're doing is like it's pretty crazy though,
I saw the math. Somebody had posted somewhere. I think it was on Twitter. But it said it came out to roughly for Ninja $92,000 a day
Crazy. Is that crazy?
I don't even make that in a year.
Yeah, right? So crazy.
I'd have too much money. I'm like, I don't even know to do all this money.
Yeah, it must be, that would be like first world problem right there. If you had that kind of deal. Oh my gosh.
Damn, dude.
It's so crazy. So like the whole biggest thing, yeah. So, but I mean, like, I am going to try. You know what? I'm going to check out more on Facebook gaming because I don't even know real well on the on how the game on Facebook how that works very well. So, like, the only thing I know, the only show that I watch on Facebook is Stone Mountain, and that's it. That's really it. And that's because he's on my feed. That's it. So,
do you ever talk? Do you ever like actually go into them and like start talking?
I don't. I never do. I just like. I mean, because like it's weird to talk. But it's just probably just me. It's just me. But like it's weird on when you talk like that to people like that with that kind of thing. And then they I think their version a bit is stars. So you give them stars for all this stuff. So like it's just I don't like the I just don't like the feel of it on with Facebook gaming. I mean, if they change that, then maybe I'll be more subjective onto it. But but most of the time, most of the streams that I've seen on Facebook are usually the same too. So yeah, we'll definitely see what's going on. And get back watching my local conventions go live with Jackbox. Oh, cool. Is there a convention going on? What convention's going on? Oh,
I don't know.
That's cool. Anyway, that's cool. All right. Well, that was a good one.
Good topic. Good topic.
Right on. Let's go with Smitty. Smitty's up for is up number 2.
All right. So it's my turn. I just wanted to kind of go over. This is just a quick little topic, but we've got the Steam Summer Sale started here a couple of days ago, and there are some pretty spicy deals that are on there. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but they during the summer sale, a bunch of different games, and like they're usually like you see all kinds of crazy deals. I've seen things up to like 85% off, but you have like things like Half-Life Alyx down to $45, 25% off. I don't know what that game is. XCOM, Chimera Squad's $15. Disco Elysium, $30. I mean, Tabletop Simulator, which is a lot of fun. That's like $9. I think it's originally like that's $15 or 50% off. But yeah, check it out. Steam Summer Sale. I don't know if there's any games that you guys had in mind that you were looking at getting, but now is definitely the time to at least peruse it.
I did.
Also, too, on a bunch of I don't know if you guys have been going like on Epic Game Store, a bunch of the places or these services and stuff like that have free games out right now too. So make sure that you guys are checking up on that stuff. Age of Empires 2. Oh, that actually looks pretty clean.
Which one?
You know what I mean? Age of Empires 2.
Oh, that's probably the remake.
Definitive Edition.
Yeah, the remake that just recently came out.
Oh, Jackbox Party 3 is $16. There's a ton of what is that? There's a ton of
Franbo is $4.
Wait, what is?
Franbo.
Is that one?
It's so creepy, and it's been on my wish list forever.
What?
I'm gonna buy it.
What is it?
I'm gonna buy it.
How do I explain it? It's like you're this girl, and it's kind of like Alice, but not. And your name is Fran, and you're in like you can click back and forth between like this nightmare dimension. It's really cool. Like it's a little like horror game. I don't know how to explain it. You have to look.
Oh man,
it's funny. Really cool.
See if your game Wishbone's on there.
Shut up.
Oh, that'll be pretty cool.
You're terrible.
I actually am looking. I don't usually, it's funny. I usually don't fall for the summer sales. The Steam summer sales because I'm not oddly enough I'm not a fan of Steam. But like
He's not a fan of most things.
You know what? I'm not gonna dignify that with an answer. But I will say this. I will say I was looking at I was looking at Trails of Trials of the Sky. There's it's an RPG set that I've been looking at forever, but it's been like kind of too pricey. And the Shantae games. I've been looking for Shantae games, so I'll need to take a look to see if those are actually on sale. Oh, the Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up game. That's one thing I need to look. I think it's like $5, so I'm gonna buy that. So.
Dang. Dragons beat 'em up game.
Huh?
What's the Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up game?
Oh my god, so good. It's like it plays like Final Fight and stuff, so it's just a side-scrolling fighting game. But it was an arcade port that they put like a long time ago. Capcom did this they released it initially originally on the PS3, but they never released it on anything recently. So I've always wanted to play it, but I never got a chance to. But so it's a really good side-scrolling action game. That's the kind of thing I've always wanted to mess around with. I mean, was there anything that you were looking for? Was there anything on your wish list that you were looking for, Smitty?
I need to look. I need to go and look and see what's on my wish list. I'm sure that there's. Oh, look at that, dude! Stellaris to 75% off. Get Stellaris, y'all. Do it.
You don't know what Stellaris is.
I need friends to do some. Oh my gosh! So it's basically like a universal strat game. Essentially, and you're in space, and you can pick a race and stuff like that, and you build out. It's essentially like Civilization, the Civilization games, but on a much larger scale in space. It's amazing. I love those games though. Like those are like super chill offline games that I typically play. But it's got multiplayer and everything.
All of the cute, creepy games I want are on sale.
What creepy?
I was gonna say, yeah, they are. DVD is
Hollow Knight is on sale. Franbo, and all my creepy games last year is on sale. Is anyone playing that anymore? I was real sad for that.
I don't know what last year is.
Last year,
wait, I do remember that. Was that the school one? The one like you're in the school?
Yes.
And it was like DBD, but you could fight back.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
I watched DFP play it, and I put it on my wish list because I was like, maybe I could play with her. But I think she got mad at it and like put it down, didn't pick it back up.
Who? Goth?
I like that.
DFP.
Oh, DFP? Oh, that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
He's so cute.
Is there was there like the one game? What about a Song of Horrors? That game is great too. If you're looking for horror games, that. Song of Horrors would definitely be up your alley if that's what you're looking for.
Hold on, what is it called? Song of Horrors?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's episodic, but all of them should be out by now. Yeah, it's a really good one though. Most people kind of underestimate how scary that game is though.
Oh really?
Yeah, but it is really scary. So definitely. Ooh. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm gonna check around with it. I'm gonna give it because it's usually 2 weeks. So this is the first week of it. It started, I believe, yesterday. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. What?
Did the deals change at all? Throughout the week, or this is basically it, and they just leave it open?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't usually keep an eye. If anyone knows that, please let us know in the chat because I'm not really familiar if they do change it, or if it's just something that eventually changes back out, or if they do if they're time locked or not. But usually it's just a massive amount of different games. And I mean, and Steam is so big. There's so many games on that platform. It's hard to you can easily overlook something. So I won't be surprised. Will not be surprised.
Song of Horror looks cool too.
Yeah, I told you, Song of Horror is great.
You might like Franbo CFG. It's cute but crazy. It's like you're navigating the world as a little girl who has like a mental disorder, essentially.
I'll take a look.
I think I do.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah,
it's an older game.
I played that game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
How old is it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look. It's pretty old. I want to say. 2015.
Oh, wow.
Franbo is a creepy adventure game that tells the story of Fran, a young girl struggling with a mental disorder and an unfair destiny. But yeah, it's really cute. And she plays with her little keycap.
Huh. Okay. Tell me that's I'm kind of digressing here, but like tell me if did you feel guilty when you were with the dogs in Last of Us Part 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. I felt so bad
every time I shot one, I'd look back and like, I'm sorry. Because Opie was watching like, why do I keep hearing yipping? What is that? Do I need to go yell at the neighbor pups next door? I felt so bad.
You kind of wince. You're like, oh no, but it's going to eat my face like it's done before so badly. Yeah, it's like there's nothing I can do. I can't be friends with all puppers.
With the poopers.
Yeah, so it's like no, but it's like every time it's so funny because like to me on how like man's best friend. Like you literally massacre most of these people like with fire, like with arrows, bombs, and stuff. But then when you beat a dog down, when you beat a dog down, you're like, oh, this game's gone too far. I'm sorry. It's like this game.
Now you've
like,
gone too
how
far.
dare they? How dare they? It's like it just hurts. It hurts. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's so funny to me on how bad that standard is. It's like, oh my god, it did hurt so badly. But yeah, okay, at least I'm not the only one. That's all that matters.
No, you're not.
Oh god, that's hilarious. But no, but that's cool. I mean, the summer sales. It's always good to see the sales for these things. So I'm definitely down.
Well, especially at this time too, like you know what I mean, with everybody locked down and stuff like that, man. Like video games and stuff like that, to be able to have these sales and get things for cheaper, you know, is always nice.
Yeah, that's all I need. Enable me more with more games to play. That's exactly what I need. That's terrible.
Make me spend more money.
Yeah, exactly. So, but at least you get more. Like, I mean, for $50, you can get like a good, like maybe 8 to 10 good games. Like, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
So I will say that. That's good. Well, cool. I'll definitely get that, Smitty. Yeah, I know you're probably going to go ham, spend like a good 300.
No, I'm not trying not to. It's getting ridiculous. I am getting absolutely ridiculous, and all the different launchers that the games are on and stuff like that too. Like,
oh my god,
I forget that I even have games anymore. Like, it's ridiculous.
Launchers are the thing that really I hate the most. Of the only thing the only one I love, like I like GOG because it doesn't use a launcher. I mean, there is an option to use a launcher, but you can install the game directly from your home. And then your home PC, and that's it. But I hate launchers. Like I have a Uplay, a Blizzard one, a freaking EA, Epic Games, Steam. It's like, come on, just. So
I do download a lot of the free games from Epic because when my godkids come here, I don't have a lot of toys for them to play with, and they're at that point where it's like my old Barbie dolls are not cutting it, so they can sit at. The youngest is 4, but she doesn't come over and spend the night because she doesn't sleep at night, so I can't stay up with her all night.
Okay.
But Harley, the middle child, look, you're not supposed to have favorites, but
she is a favorite.
She comes over the most, and she's 7.
Okay.
7 or 8. But yeah, she likes to sit here and she's like, "Can I play Five Nights at Freddy's?" And like, just the first one, because after that, like, they're too scary. Mm-hmm. But she comes over and she's like, "Can I watch horror movies? Can I play this game?" And I'm like, is that allowed? Am I being like, am I the cool auntie if I let you play this, but then I'm gonna get in trouble later?
You clearly
like, is that how this works? Yeah, but like I sat here and like she sat in my lap and we played Five Nights at Freddy's because like her hands are still really tiny, and so the controls are a little harder for her, and she can't hold a controller very well at all. Like my girls don't have a lot of.
If it's that much of a problem, all you have to do is say, "Hey, let's play yard work." And then and they can do stuff.
I do
like
that,
they can mow the lawn. They can do some edges. You know, I mean, they'll be fine.
No, I tell her, I'm like, are you bored? Here's a broom. Go sweep the living room while I cook you dinner. Yep. And she's like, this is boring. I'm like, pretend that you're, Snow White and you're cleaning the cottage for the dwarfs to come back. She's like, great idea. And she'll start singing. I'm like, free house labor.
Yeah.
You know what's hilarious to me? In that scenario, that makes it worse. Because what did she basically like? It was basically free labor, technically like a slave almost. So I would just be like, wow, okay. It's like whatever works for you. Harley one day will be like, wait a minute, something's wrong.
I've been bamboozled.
Well, here's the funny thing. Is now when she comes over from that one time, like 2 years ago, now she grabs a broom. She's like, I'm going to go sweep. I'm like, okay.
It's like, oh my gosh.
So, are you sure? She's like, yeah. Where's the dustbuster? I'm like, it's in the closet.
You got her, Kate. You manipulated her to like house chores, essentially, is what you're saying. Oh my gosh.
She's like, well, when I sit on the couch with the fur, so I have to dust bust.
You are, you're the, you know what? That's the worst scenario. Like if you were one of the three sisters in Snow White or Cinderella, you're the worst one because you made your plan worked. It's like I don't need to go to the ball. It's like, hey, I'm bored, so I'm gonna keep myself occupied by doing some chores.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Look,
that's amazing. You should write a book.
I'm really good at babysitting. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that is impressive. Oh man. Okay. All right. On our last topic, we got Lex bringing the interesting topic to the table. So what do you bring in?
Oh wow. I don't know if you guys are ready. So along with everything that has happened this week, and if you guys are in the Twitchverse on Twitter, you know what's going on, right? The Twitch blackout happened.
Did it?
There is a man. Yeah,
I mean,
it happened. Did it do anything? You know? Eric Estavillo. Have you guys heard his name? No? Well, let me tell you. He is doing
coach
Twitch
of the Mighty Ducks.
No, you're gonna make me cry. Stop. Oh, I'm already like having to work and like, how do I wear this without getting us in trouble? Okay, he's suing Twitch for over $20 million because, oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Let me, oh man. He is suing Twitch over sexually suggestive streamers. This man who has seeked out over 700 female profiles, no males, and I say over 700. I don't even have that many people that I follow. He's suing the Twitch platform for $25 million for exposing them to overly suggestive and sexual content. The suit filed in California earlier this month also called for some of the platform's biggest personalities to be banned for violating this term of service. Court documents state that the complainant, Eric Estavillo, suffers from a number of medical conditions that require him to remain indoors, limiting his entertainment to Twitch. Which will hold that thought because we're coming back to that.
That's BS.
Yeah. Estavillo is also said to suffer from a sex addiction, a condition which Twitch has extremely exacerbated by displaying many sexual suggestive women streamers through Twitch's twisted programming. The prevalence of these streamers makes it nearly impossible for Estavillo, who follows nearly 800 women and 0 men on the platform, to use Twitch without being exposed to such sexual suggestive content. The complaint eventually names some of those streamers in the list that include some of the biggest names on the platform, such as Pokimane, Alinity, and such forth. The suit asks that all of those streamers be permanently banned from the platform and $25 million in damages to be shared between Estavillo and other Twitch Prime Turbo subscribers. I don't even know what that is.
What, Prime Turbo? Turbo?
Yeah.
Oh, Turbo.
I've never heard of that.
No, Turbo's been around. Was like around since the original Twitch came in. Turbo was originally the way you can get around, circumvent commercials completely. Like, actually, you still can, can't you? With Turbo. Because, like,
Sure.
before Prime, there was Turbo. And Turbo was the one that allowed you to go directly to channels without any kind of interruptions. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still there, but it's just not used or not broadcast as much.
Twitch was served with the summons on June 19th, so it'll be forced to address this suit in some way. Which, funny that happened when it did, because right now we have all of these streamers and community members coming forward with accusations against people on the platform right now. And then he comes out with this suit, which I'll get into that.
Yeah.
He seems to be into the habit of suing tech companies. Last year, he sued Blizzard for $100,000 after being banned from Overwatch because of his toxic behavior. Now let's talk real quick. What else has Eric Estevillo done? Why does his name sound familiar? Well, I'll tell you why. Because he's been known as the serial suer. He had a WoW lawsuit, and he swore that would be his last and final lawsuit. But he currently, in 2009, put one against Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, both in federal and in state court, and one with Activision Blizzard. And it was one lawsuit for each major console maker and one for the PC. So 4 total, he clarified. What I wanted to do was exploit the weakness of each console and show that they're not impervious to flaws. Each console has a flaw and they should fix it, he said during the interview, as well as in some of his court filings. He claimed to be suffering from a variety of psychological issues. I told this other interviewer, and it's true, I actually have no friends. I rely on online gaming for socialization. Though he's yet to win a case, his first, by default, would come up as soon as December 3rd, 2009, the end of Sony's 30 days to respond to a summons. If he does, that would mean $180,000 in a no contest ruling against Sony. Though he said he'll keep some of the money he may win, he noted that half the money I get is going to go to God.
What is going on with this guy, man? Seriously.
He's giving the money to CBN, Christian Broadcasting Network, local churches, charities, or poor people on the street. Okay, so clearly this person is
mentally unstable and needs some sort of level of help to for
right.
It. But like, what's weird is that this is something you said that this was something that he said that this was the last one that he was going to sue. Like he hasn't been consistently doing this for like a while, right? Like, and then all of a sudden
he has. So he sued WoW. Mm-hmm. Then he sued Nintendo and Sony twice now. Uh-huh. Microsoft. He sued everybody basically in the gaming industry. Blizzard, Activision, and now he's suing Twitch. So he's known as the serial suer in the gaming community because of these things that he has brought up. And I don't believe that he's won anything as of yet.
Except for Sony, apparently you said Sony.
It would have been a no contest, but Sony did reply within the 30 days.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't, as far as I know, I can't find any evidence that he's won anything. Mm-hmm. Just that he's sued. He's done, let me, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 9 or 10 lawsuits in total. Mm. That's about the ones that I know. But it's funny because here in this article, it states that he does have OCD and all of this, and this keeps him from going outside. Nothing about sex addiction in here, nor in any of the other articles. And then the one where he's suing Twitch, in this particular article, they state that he has a sex addiction problem now. Mm-hmm. Before he didn't, and he seeked out these women. Clearly he has a type. Let's be honest. These women are not, and here's my thing. I will never shame anyone for how they hustle, right? Mm-hmm. I go outside. I live in Vegas. It's 100 and what here? Everyone's barely wearing anything, male or female. And I don't blame them. It's hot. It sucks, right? And these people are on stream for sometimes 12 hours doing the Just Dance and this and that. And you know what I mean? And they're in cute outfits. Let's not put that past that some people are very purposeful with how they dress. And again, I will never shame anyone else how they hustle. You got it, flaunt it. That's your choice. As long as you're not going against TOS, how is that any problem? And it was funny because we were talking about it in stream and someone goes, we should counter sue. And we absolutely could, because he's basically saying every female on the platform is against the TOS, because it goes further. Like if you read the court documents,
a class action lawsuit with all the women against.
We absolutely could. We could do a class action lawsuit against him and probably win because of defamation of character. Because he's saying that all of these women are doing against TOS. Pokimane doesn't dress inappropriately. I mean, all of her shirts are like up to here. I mean, sorry, some of us have tatas and we can't hide them all of the time. It's just not how it works.
Suzuki says, how's the weather out there, Ollie? It's like,
oh man.
I mean,
it's just, what are y'all's thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it kind of pisses me off when I hear stuff like this. It's like, I mean, like, first off, Twitch didn't tell this person to follow 700 women. Like Twitch didn't tell the person to
say it again for people in the back.
Yeah, I just said, like I said, Twitch didn't tell this one individual to follow 700 women, or Twitch didn't tell them to, if that's the way that he likes to talk or communicate to these people, then you have to do this and this or whatever. God knows what. You may subscribe, you may not subscribe, or whatever you find on them. Secondly, Twitch certainly didn't say that this is an outlet for adult viewing and stuff like that. He as the individual finds whatever who he's following somewhat attractive to him, and then he's the one that puts it amongst himself to have a date with Mr. Lefty. So like, I'm just saying that.
Oh, and I didn't even mention that. Yeah. Guys, he's the main issue with his lawsuit is he's getting necrosis on his
other regions.
Correct. Because he's using his fleshlight so much, and it's their fault. He doesn't want to take accountability for himself.
Yeah, so like,
stop it.
It's like, how's that any different than you wanting to sue your like television or your cable provider because you have access to adult channels, but yet if you openly decide to pay for those channels, then you're suing them because they have accessibility. They're allowing you to have that access to those channels to do all of this. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? It's like, it's ridiculous. And then it makes it annoying is because you're trying to use the court and you're wasting the court's time for some stupid kind of reasons for this. That makes you also makes you look shallow on top of all of this. It's like 700, you tell me you're following 700 women because of how they look and stuff, and then you're finding them all attractive, and then yet you have a problem because that they are all attractive, and because you have a disability that you're that you're putting Twitch accountable for anyone's actions towards it except for your own. It's like, screw you. Seriously, it's like, screw you. It's unbelievable that's what people like to like. There are people out there that love to do this kind of stuff. I don't understand where he gets off, where he says that Twitch needs to change their style of play because you're the ones because this is something that's not something that I should be following because it's my problem. Like, so screw those people. Seriously, it's like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying to deal with all of that. Well,
I'm curious what Smitty has to say because I see him shaking his head and just the grin on his face. But let me say, I've had recently someone, I saw that another person was shamed and I was used as an example of how you should dress on Twitch. And I was like, wait a minute. I dress comfortably in boys' clothes, first off, because I sit here for so many hours and I don't know how, like, kudos to the girls wearing the cute shorts and all of that. I don't know how you're doing that. I can't. It's very uncomfortable for me. I'm also disabled, so as comfortable as I can be at all times, great. But don't use my example to shame someone else because the tatas do come out sometimes. But that's also nobody else's business but mine. I'm an adult and I dress myself every day. I've done it since I was 4, and it's that trope, the Twitch thoughts. Oh, we're just Twitch thoughts. Oh God, go ahead, Smitty. I'm going to shut up before I get angry.
if I didn't know, if somebody just said told me this story, I would have thought it came from The Onion. That's how ridiculous this absolutely is. Number one, what? You are an adult. Okay, it is nobody's responsibility what you do to yourself. Nobody made you go and do this stuff. Maybe you should learn some self control and some accountability. This is ridiculous. If this isn't just immediately thrown out, and clearly this person has a pattern of trying to do things. That he was the dude, obviously, from that, the one thing that he did win gave him the idea that now I can do this to everybody, and I'm gonna try to see what I can win from people. Now, I don't know if any of this stuff do any of them ended with some sort of settlement for him? Like, is he getting so he hasn't gotten money from any of this stuff? He's just doing it.
Yeah. He's just proving he's trying.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, that costs money to do that stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I don't even think that he has won a settlement. I can't find anywhere stating that, like, oh, sucks, Sony forgot to respond within 30 days and he got $180,000. You know what I mean? None of that. There's nothing of that. Because here's the thing, like, and he even states it on his own. I almost zoomed in on his own YouTube channel that he's known for his ridiculous gamer-related lawsuits.
Oh my!
He even knows it. Stop.
Yeah, so
get out of here.
I don't even know what kind of play this is.
He wants to go in with me to sue him. Let's counter sue.
Yeah, exactly. It's like people like this are just there. I mean, like, why? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even see where the benefits of it would come from. You've just told people you nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And no one likes your stuff.
Put yourself out there.
And you're in the court's records on that too. On top of that, it's not like something that you just like, that you can just put underneath the deal. But it's so weird to me that people like he's
never getting a girlfriend.
He's bragging about it. That's what's annoying about it. It's like and it's kind of like you don't want to give this person any more time to deal with because you know how ridiculous this is, and you know that it hasn't been proven for God knows how long. He's failed in that for so long. It's just it's like wow, why? Like it just doesn't make any sense. And like the extreme is like, oh, what you're showing is that you're not holding anything accountable for yourself. You're just saying it's someone else's fault because it's there. It's like, what the heck is that? It's like, so because it's our problem that you have this issue that we need to cater for, everyone needs to cater for you or to this extent. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous to me. That's.
I mean, it's almost as bad as the argument as like, well, the female streamers are stealing my views. No.
But they are.
No, I'm not.
All that stuff.
Oh, but
all that stuff. It's so ridiculous and absurd of an excuse. And again, man, like I was talking about this last night. Just why can't people forgot how to mind their own business? Why do people care so much about what other people are doing, how they're dressing? I know it's just crazy idea, but I swear you will be a lot happier if you just focus on yourself and what you can do better for yourself and do better and put out into the world. It's a great place to live in,
Great place to live in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's like less stress and all this nonsense overall towards it. So like, but yeah, it's unfortunate, man. And unfortunately, you have to deal with all these level of a-holes out there all the time. So, well, yeah.
Well, and let's be real, like from a female perspective, like I've talked to Smitty and we've had interactions with the same people. Mm. And our private conversations are wildly different of how they interact with me and how they interact with him. Do these people know that we're IRL friends? I don't know. But on a first upon meeting, I mean, I've had people tell me like, oh, they'll DM me like, every time you touch your hair, and it's like, whoa, buddy, whoa, what?
That's alone. Like, I'm just saying it with a female and the male. It's funny because like every time when I hear how different it is, it's like I shouldn't be shocked, but it shocks me all the time when I hear every time. It's like It's like, what?
You're one of them?
It's so weird.
I get sexual harassment technically on a daily basis. If like we want to be real about it, like that's my life. Like even if it wasn't online, so it happens in public, you know, and it's so infuriating that now Joe Blow over here, who can't get it, you know, feels that it's okay for him to just like I'm just like I'm to the point where it's like I don't want to be a female anymore. Like, and that sucks. Like, terrible. Why can't I just, it sucks. It's like everything I do, I'm somehow, like, we're taught from a young age, like, you be careful how you dress because these boys can't handle themselves. And it's your fault if they come after you because you wore that skirt. And it's like, well, wait a minute. We're all wearing this skirt. We're in a public, we're not in a public school. We're in a private school. And you're telling me it's my fault that he can't keep his hands to himself? No, stop it. And I feel like that's just followed me through my adult life. And it's like, yes, it's funny. Yes, his winky's probably going to fall off and good. Bye. But like, don't sit here and like, this is like a prime example. This is obviously blown out of proportion. But if you think about it, like from a female standpoint, we get these microaggressions towards us all the time. And it's our fault. It's always our fault because they can't take accountability for their actions. Yep. Well, I couldn't help but touch your butt. You're just so pretty. Excuse me? No, don't touch me. Keep your hands off yourself. I watched my dad deck a man that he's worked with for 15 years who saw me at an outdoor event that they were all working at, and he put his hands on me, and my dad came around that corner real hot. Oh, you know, and he was like, wow, you're Paul's daughter? You've grown up so much. I mean, I have relations with girls your age. Yeah. And then he put his hands on me and I was like, don't ever touch me. And my dad came around that corner. He heard everything and knocked that dude's block off. And, you know, it's like, okay, so if I'm getting that from a friend of my dad's that he's known for years, who's a creep, obviously, like, come on, like, this is ridiculous at this point. And it's like, you can't wear this and you can wear that, but if you wear that, you're going to be made an example of and shaming other females. And it's like, no. Mm-hmm. Everybody is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful. I don't care who you are. And do I feel that way about myself? I don't, but I preach it to everyone else. And it's like, it's to a point where it's like, well, gosh darn it. Like, we can't win. We can't win. Yeah. Wow. Who wants to countersue with me?
Nope, none. Don't even like. I mean, I wouldn't even want to waste my time on this kind of stuff. Personally, I wouldn't even want to deal with it because, like, I mean, then you got the law trying the whole process of doing this stuff with the law, and then plus you're wasting your own personal valuable time off of a trivial thing because you know Twitch is not going to give them $25 million for this. You know it's going to be thrown out towards this nonsense. I just think that like it's best when you know that this is clearly in the wrong, and I'm pretty sure it's Twitch is going to be even more like, yeah, this is a waste of my time, but they're just going to go through the actions. That you shouldn't waste your time off of idiots like this guy. That's what I would suggest because like then because now you're wasting your real time to deal with this a stupid suit that you know it's not going to go anywhere. So that's the way I would look at it.
I mean, but if you think about it on the reverse end, they absolutely have a case. If someone wanted to sue him for defamation, like Pokimane, she absolutely has a case. And I'm sure she could find a lawyer that would do that pro bono. Absolutely. And after they win, give him a chunk of that change. You know what I mean? It's just... at this point, it's like, well, and it's also that argument, like, well, don't waste your time, leave them alone. And then eventually things get out of control. Like clearly this dude is wasting his own time and money. So that's fine. But in the real world, let me just say this, like, don't ever be afraid. And this is to anybody. I don't care who you are, what you are. Don't ever be afraid to stand up for yourself ever. Because at the end of the day, eventually that person's going to come back around and say, well, they didn't stop me, so obviously it's okay. And things can escalate. And if you don't stop them in their tracks and make it very aware right off the bat that it's not okay, then you could potentially open yourself up for something bigger in the long run. So just guys, please be careful when it comes to like sexual harassment and all of that. No means no, and scream it loud and freaking clear. This dude's a twerp. So
I hope he gets countersued. I hope he does. I do hope he does. People like that do, and you're exactly right. They will, if something isn't done, he's gonna, in their head or in his head, it could be, oh, this is okay. So I'm gonna pull these shenanigans later, or I'm gonna go another step further. It's that escalation. It escalates more and more. Mm-hmm. People like that try to take advantage of stuff like that, they need to be stopped immediately and put in their place.
Definitely.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm done.
Well. Lex, what do you have planned for this week?
We're going back to the normal schedule. Thank God. Oh man, I think I streamed like 8 days straight. I took a day off because I was sick. I don't know what's going on with my throat. Maybe I got like a common cold. But yeah, I think we're gonna try to finish up Alice Madness Returns. I don't know how much further I have in that. It's great though. Love the game. It looks like I'm gonna buy Franbo and some other things, so that'll be fun. But I would love to get back to some Overwatch comp and just start grinding on that again. Also, I've been really wanting to play the
Mortal Kombat?
No. What's it called? Stranger Things. The Stranger Things game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been really wanting to play that. I think it was 2 that I wanted to play, and I couldn't find it. And so now 3 is out. So, yay. I love puzzle games. That's like my jam.
That's cool. That's cool.
We're the intellectuals for a reason. Sorry.
Intellectuals, indeed. All right. And Smitty, what about you? What's your plans for this week?
You know what it is? Finishing up Last of Us 2 this weekend, and then probably move on, go back to Kakarot, finish that up. I'm gonna start Detroit Become Human on Saturday. Grinding out Destiny 2. I need to get back on that. Like all my gaming time this past week has been on The Last of Us 2. So I'll finish that and get back to things. We'll have a new episode of LAN Parties out this Wednesday as well. And then so next week's gonna be pretty chill. My mom's in town as well too, so she's gonna be coming over and we'll be hanging out and whatnot. So she'll stay a few nights. Yeah.
Oh, how was the banana bread?
It was absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Did you eat it now?
I did have a slice.
Do you put nuts in your banana bread?
No. Ew, I put chocolate chips.
Oh, okay, no. Good. God, I love that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I'll make you some. Do you want some?
I would love some.
And the jerky was amazing, Dust. The jerky, yeah.
Don't let him give you the new stuff. Oh my God.
What do you mean?
Why?
Oh, he put this. It's so powdery and fine that like if you get close to it and like breathe in, you choke.
Also,
it goes. Oh God! If you take a breath while you're chewing.
Oh, you have fire jerky? Oh my God. Oh, I love that.
No, this is like, dude. I like hot stuff. This is not nope. He was there. Citizen was there. He can attest to this. It was terrible.
No, I definitely.
It doesn't taste very good either. Okay, sure.
I would love to try that.
Are you down to go to the ER?
Dude, I can eat a lot of stuff. I can eat a lot of fiery stuff. I'm really good with my.
So do I.
If you want me to do a video of it, I would be like, okay, I'm perfectly fine because it's
like it was instant sick. No, that's how I say I am. Like no. Like I can't get close to the bottle in the kitchen, you guys. That's how fine this stuff is.
Lex,
it's
your
just
hot is not my hot, and my hot is probably I bet you $1 million. Everyone has always said this to me, but no one can compare to what I can take for hotness.
Send me something.
What do you mean? Send you what? Like something that I can have, or you mean food?
Something that you enjoy that's like ridiculously hot that other people can't seem to enjoy, like a specific ramen. I don't know. What do you enjoy?
I mean,
because I can eat a Carolina Reaper and I'm like, cool.
I'm not worried about Carolina Reapers. Those are the ones
they taste like death. Don't do it.
No, I've had them. I've had that and ghost peppers as well as Have you done the 1 chip challenge?
Yes.
Yeah. That
was fine.
It's
no tummy burning.
It was hilarious.
I did the spicy noodle challenge.
I wanted to do the spicy noodle challenge. I never did that.
Me too.
That's not that spicy.
Oh really?
Like it burns you for a bit, but yeah, I was able to eat the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Shipping it to CFG. Bring it, man. I'm telling you.
Well, here's the thing is
I'll do a live video and then I'll send it to you. It's like, hey, I got y'all's jerky. And then I'll do a thing so I'm not just messing around, but I will.
Because I had sprinkled it on popcorn and I was fine with that. It was in the way that he put it on. But how are you? What are you up to this week? Or am I interrupting you?
No, I was just funny because I was gonna say when I went to Star Wars Celebration in Florida, it was funny. I went to a spot and I told them the same thing, and then they went out of their way to make it as spicy as they possibly could, and it was perfectly fine. Then this is when I had the problem because the guy, because there's certain chemicals, there's certain things that you want to put like a small bit of, and then they use it to spread the pepper. Like inside in a bigger bowl for it. Yeah. He gave me the concentrated version of that, like a drip of it, and wanted me to try it out. And I was like, oh, okay, because he didn't tell me that's what they'd use it for. So so I was like, if I did, I would have said no. But so I got a little bit of it. I put it on the wing, and then I had it. I was like, oh wow, yeah, this is hot, but it's okay. But then, because it was you're supposed to have a concentrated amount and it was for like a certain size and for me, it did numbers on my stomach. Like I was like turning knots. Like I couldn't barely walk for a little bit because of it, because it's like it was bad indigestion. So because it's not supposed to be consumed for a person's thing. So I was like, type of and I was like, this is a restaurant that gave this to me. So I was like, so I was not feeling good at all for the deal. So so that was the worst case I ever had. But
see, we have a Thai place here. It's kind of famous. It's called Archie's. Like if you come to Vegas, like you should absolutely, if you like Thai food, eat at Archie's.
Okay.
But I get their beef. It's like chopped beef with like the chives in it. It's so good. I get it level 50. And every time I say that, the lady's like, you mean 5? I'm like, no. And she goes, 15? And I go, no, level 50. And she'll laugh. The little girl will laugh at me every time. And I'm like, no, 50. I don't know what it is, but I feel so good after consuming that because it gives you a natural high. But I ordered that, and I don't think Adam realized what it was. And he took a little bite, and instant, like, color drained from his face, and then he turned bright red. And we'd only just started dating for a little bit, and I was over for, like, a movie date, and he was like...
First impressions must be nice.
And he's a picky eater as it is. So it's like, I'm trying to like introduce him to foods, and I thought I murdered him that night. But it's funny, we'll eat like ramen that his friend will drop off that's super hot, and we're eating it watching TV, and I'll look and he's just bright red, like dripping. And I'm like,
that is hilarious. Oh, that's funny.
You okay?
But
hey, brain surgery does that. Capsaicin works different now for me, so I don't know.
Right. Well, like you said earlier, I don't think I have anything fully planned yet since I finished The Last of Us 2. I might kind of go back on Pokemon because I want to finish the deck. Yeah. The Pokedex. But for the most part, I'm just going to be chilling. It's going to be relaxing. It's going to be back to normal too for me as well. So we'll probably doing some later night streams and stuff for the time being. So but yeah, so we're just going to have a chill week until, Ghost of, 2 weeks. No, wait. 3 weeks for Ghost of Tsushima, so it should be good. So
nice.
Guys, this is episode number 54 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for watching. As always, you can always, if you want to support us in any way, just definitely check us out on any of our podcast services on Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, or any other services. I think we're on, like iHeartRadio, whatever. Yeah, definitely give us a follow, a like. It goes a long way. As well as go to our main website with confreaksandgeeks.com if you want to check out some more awesome geeky content that we like to produce. So once again, we'll be back again. This week is going to be the 4th of July, so we're not going to be streaming on Saturday. We're going to be streaming Sunday, probably around the same time, around 5 p.m. Right? Are we good?
Yeah. That works for me. I was going to ask, so I know we're doing spoiler cast. Mm-hmm. Should we just record spoiler cast and then do like a normal stream after?
Well,
we do like our normal.
That's what I was planning on wanting to do. So we're going
cool.
And then also sometime next week, also we're going to probably be releasing our spoiler cast of The Last of Us, what our thoughts and our takes of what of the game was. So definitely stay tuned on that too. So this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all have a great weekend.
Bye.